Hey, got another quick update for you guys. I have the lights turned on. It's a little late in the evening, so the moonlighting's up. But I wanted to do a quick video here. So in my last video, I talked about the Kaldness trap and how when I ran everything out before I actually put the fake rock in, it worked. But the second I put the fake rock in, it raised the water line, and then the next issue I found is the Kaldness is so light that the suction from the hole at the bottom of the waterfall that actually, yeah, I'm not even gonna, hang on a second, guys. We're trying to get down in here. You guys can see that clump of Kaldness back there. That's where the grate is that goes into the bottom of the waterfall where the water escapes. The Kaldness is so light that it literally is just sticking to the bottom. All that increased the water level drastically beyond what I was expecting. So I have rethought things. This system right now is just, as much as I would love to just be able to just drain this, tear this sheet of glass out and redo it knowing what I know now, that is such a headache. I'm just not going to do it. So one day I might get a bug up my ass and decide that that's the route that I'm going to take. But as it stands, I'm not doing it. So I'm trying to bandage what I currently got going on. And then any future ones I will obviously have learned from my mistakes. So what I did was I bought a glass drill bit to drill holes right around this line for the water to leak out. Well, lo and behold, my glass drilling skills are something to be desired, and I broke the glass. So how pissed off was I? Pretty mad. Anyway, what I'm going to do is that glass shattered out pretty good. The crack is right here. Goes all the way down to the big piece that fell out and goes back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small chunk of acrylic. This little thin piece of acrylic right here. That guy right there. I am going to bust out that crack and basically bust out that entire chunk. I'm going to drill holes in that piece of acrylic, and that's going to be what I'll use to lower the water line. So I'm going to bust out the majority of that broken glass that I broke, replace it with the acrylic, and then drill holes into the acrylic. Now, so what have I learned from my mistakes here, especially with the Kaldness and the waterfall? This is what I've learned. This will be my next design. This will be the way I approach everything else. First and foremost, I will make sure that my bends are way more precise. When I did the bends here, I just did them and was happy that I succeeded in bending them, because I really don't have any bending tools. I heated and bent this by hand. So I was just pretty happy with what I got. My actual on paper design, this is way steeper and everything's a real nice, real sharp angles. Not that that's a big issue, I'm just throwing it out there because that's something. Next, the waterfall I actually wouldn't have. I would have this bellow graded at the top, and I would have the grate start at where I want the water line and going up all the way across. That will, now hang on real quick, just in case you're not exactly 100% sure about what I'm talking about. Go over in my prawn tank here. Holy moly, it is really dark over here. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can shed some light on this, guys, real quick. Bear with the darkness. Alright. So I can't see that at all through my phone. Hopefully you guys can see it on camera. I know sometimes it comes up better on camera than it does on the phone. But you guys can see, hopefully that comes out. This is an overflow box. So there, you know, if you can't see this really well, just look at any overflow box. The overflow box is graded with cuts and slices along I mean, that's how the water overflows into the box. I would do the exact same thing, same procedure, except it's basically a reverse overflow box. That would all this I would have graded all the way down to where I wanted the water line. Now what that'll do, well, in theory, I mean, I don't have it in practice, but it would firstly eliminate that nasty mess in the back, because there wouldn't be any suction, there wouldn't be anything pulling down. The water would simply get pushed down, rotate, and flow out. So with this angle, in theory, it should actually accentuate the whirlpool effect I got going on. The water would rush down, hit, flow, come out, hit this angle being sharper, and shoot out. So it would just be it should be a good flow. Then the water level would be exactly where you have an entire length of the filter or tank, whatever, graded. It's just not going to overflow. So the water level would always be at that length. The other thing is critters. Critters aren't going to be crawling down my waterfall and getting caught in there and dying like the crayfish that I've just pulled out of this Kaldness trap earlier. So it would that in and of itself would eliminate a lot of mess. Any of the Kaldness that was maybe getting caught in the flow here would just get pushed down by the water, so it wouldn't be, having it graded like that would be a much better deal. You could still waterfall it, easily put that fake rock along that glass wall and still make a nice pretty waterfall. If you really wanted to have it focused, you could have the back half graded, you know, and the front half not, so the waterfall is just focused on the back. Either way you do it, that is how I would do it in the future. So users that are watching this little series that I got going on, that's my suggestion to you, is this wall, use a graded top, basically what an overflow box would look like. The top of an overflow box, the little lines in between, to let the water out. So the water would fill up the Kaldness trap and then overflow out, instead of filling up the Kaldness trap and getting sucked out the bottom through the top. And that would actually also eliminate the fact that I had to put glass, you know, or acrylic, but I chose glass, through here to create this little system right there. So again, you know, Captain Hindsight from South Park, right? Yeah, that's not me. So we'll next time, next adventure, that is what I'll do. And again, if I do get a bug up my ass and decide that I'm going to go through the nasty thing of moving all that rock, moving all that sand, and gutting this bottom portion out, I will replace it with a graded one. And if I ever do that, of course, I'll throw videos up on the procedures and whatnot. But as for now, where that crack is and where I have the hole for the water, I am going to just try and remove a large chunk of that. And I'm just going to slap that over top of it. It won't look Yeah, it won't be real pretty, but I'm thinking I'm just going to fake rock it over anyway, so you just won't be able to see any of it. The water will come through the fake rock, no big deal. So I will, once it's on there, I'm not going to punch holes in it first, because I don't know how many holes it'll take to get that water line down. So what I'll do is I'll get it on there, get it dried, and then start drilling holes in it. Acrylic is real simple to drill through. I kind of wish that this bellow was made out of acrylic. All my other bellows are. I was short some acrylic, and it was just a real cheap piece of glass. So anyway, that's my current update. I gotta lower the water line to here so it hits and ramps and all that dead spot is gone. As it stands, the trap does work, but just not at its fullest potential. Other than that, the lighting, I just have real simple timers. That was a $3 timer from Home Depot. It only uses 2-prong up there. It doesn't have the ground prong. That controls my moonlighting. Both my LED blue moonlighting doesn't use a ground plug. And I just have that white cord coming down, goes down to, that's actually an extension cord that has a 3, if you can see it down there, maybe. There we go. It's just a 3-prong, so I have both lights plugged into it. And then right here is the same kind of timer, it's just this one was $9. It's got a port on each side, and it uses the ground. And that's what I have controlling the bottom LED fluorescent tube and this top light. Right now I just have it on a menu. At the top of these things is a little switch. Let me show you here. Little switch right there, and that right there, now it's on the timer. Can kill the lights here. I don't know if I got to talk to you guys about the bio balls. Like, I didn't have a use for the bio balls anymore. And I don't know, waste not, want not. I know it already had good bacteria on it. So I kind of lined my sand trap with them. And I let my valves out a little bit to allow a lot of air bubbles to come up and hit the bio balls. So the bio balls are aerated really well, which is what you want with these kind of bio balls. And then I lined the inside there of the sand trap with them. I guess it's, you know, I'm kind of using a shotgun to go, you know, get a mouse out of a mouse trap, but I don't know. I guess it's can't have too much, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you can. Here, let me kill the lights here. I don't know if I've shown this yet. I can't tell you how many crayfish I've lost. It's been several, which is cool. My piranhas love to eat crayfish, so I just throw the dead ones in there. But the damn things, you know, they hide in the rocks, and well, I have no idea which ones are killing off or not. Actually, the wild ones that I have seem to be the ones that are the strongest. The ones that I bought at the fish store are all the ones that have keeled off. The only reason why I know that is the wild ones I have have a marking on the tips of the claws, like a little orange spot, so I can tell which ones I bought from the store and which ones I got actually just out from some ponds and whatnot. And the ones from the ponds are strong and healthy and very active, and the other ones are dying off. My plants are growing just fine, so those that LED fluorescents, those are working just fantastic, and it's only 40 watts total, and it's a ton of light, so that works just great. I know I keep talking to you guys about expanding, and yes, I'm still planning on making the waterfall up here. I have all the plumbing for it, I just haven't done it yet. I have all the styrofoam over in the back corner there for my fake rock. Again, I just haven't done it yet. The Kaldness trap is number one. I want to get that done. Once that's done, then I'll work on this stuff. This little dead area here, I thought I would also use, I was kind of thinking of basically doing just another one of these, just a small little one here, but instead of having all this land, I would basically just do, have all this open, a thin sheet of extra acrylic here, have it walled off, and then just have a simple little ledge. Kind of got the idea as I'm, driving by. I live kind of out in the woods a bit, away from town, and I drive by ponds and whatnot and swamps, and you always see those turtles just chilling on rocks or not rocks, branches and stuff, that are just floating in the middle. So I just thought, instead of having them crawl all the way out to get to the light, they could still do that if they want to, but I'll just put a little lip there that they can get out of the water. I'll hang another light from the rafter straight down there, and they'll just have a nice little place to just chill, rest, and bask in the sun. My African side neck here, which is my rescue turtle, is spoiled rotten. Hang on a second. I got a little piece of food here, if you guys can see it. There we go. Where's he at? There he goes. Yep, hand-fed turtle. Now my Red-Eared slider is still a vivacious chicken shit. Usually go near the tank and he freaks out, and his blood pressure's got to be through the roof. Alright, that's enough. So 2 upgrades there. Just doing the backdrop and whatnot. I guess that's really only 1 upgrade. So I will continue to work on my Kaldness trap. I'm going to basically just band-aid the hell out of what I currently got just to get it working the way I meant it to be working. Once the band-aid's done and it's working the way I meant to be working, that is when I'll start on the putting the theory into practice on the new design. And the new design should be way more efficient, way easier. Kind of upset with myself that I didn't think of it in the first place, but I guess seeing everything in action, that it takes to jar a few things. And if I probably will, I mean, knowing myself, I probably eventually will gut the damn thing, take that one bellow wall out, take the waterfall out, move all those rocks, and replace it with something that doesn't look all jacked up. But whether or not I do that, you know, within the next few months here or a couple years down the road, that's probably what's going to be the kicker on that one. I'm just chomping at the bit to get it to work like I intended it to work, which I'm going to start right now. So take care, guys. Until next time.